Oh man, I just got home from a long day, and I have a story to share. So, hey, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. This is this is the forever world. Woo! No, this is just me getting home from a long day, talking, chilling, and getting it out. And I think there's a lesson to be learned in this that I would like to share. I'm gonna try to keep this quick because I literally just walked in the door and I've never been this angry before in my life, and I gotta run. So I only have a couple minutes, but I wanted to get this out as like I said, there's a lesson to be learned in here, and you know, kind of just de-stress from the day. So what happened? All right, my first day off in 8 days. Excited, like it's like me time. It's time to relax. I had an appointment to get my car serviced for a software update. For those of you who don't know, I love my car. It's my prized possession. It's my pride and joy. It's my fortress of solitude. It's the one thing in my life that is like mine, you know, if that makes sense. I love this car. It's really one of a kind. It's unique. Everybody knows how much I love my car. And I do all the maintenance and stuff on it. Like, I bought it brand new. I've had it 1 year now. So no issues. It was just a software update, fix for a couple things. So the closest dealership, not the dealership I bought the car from, was about an hour and a half away. Cool, whatever. It's in the city. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna have lunch while, you know, they work on my car. It takes about 30 minutes. Have lunch. I'm gonna see one of my closest friends. Go to lunch with them. Grab the car after lunch. Boom, head out. I still have, you know, time in my day to be productive. The appointment was at 11:30. Drop the car off, and I'm like, hey, yeah, you know, like, we're just doing the update. I'm like, great. So, like, it only takes like about 30 minutes, right? Yeah, the update itself takes 30 minutes, but I don't have a tech that can work on it until about 1 o'clock. I'm like, then okay, well, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. I came all this way, you know, you're gonna get it done. I need this done, you know. Whatever. Frustrating, because if, you know, I had known it would take longer, I would have either booked the appointment earlier or, you know, booked it later. Like, if I, you know, I didn't have this much time to kill. I digress. It is what it is. Let's get a quick thumbnail right here. Nice. All right. Anyway, so I'm like, whatever. I'm just hanging out with my bud, you know. So good to see him. Seriously, just talking. We've been friends since the first day of kindergarten, you know, like, we worked together. We're like, I think of him as like a brother, you know, just, and he watches the videos. Like, shout out to you, man. Seriously, I got so much love for you, but whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. And I'm like, so we're like killing time. It's like 2:30. It's like 2:30 at this time, right? I'm like, dude, like, let's just shoot over to the dealership. Like, we haven't heard anything. They were like sending me tracking updates on my phone, like via text message. I was like, I haven't got a text message since I dropped the car off saying that they checked it in. You know, what's going on? And then as we're driving over to the dealership, it's like less than 10 minutes in terms of like a drive, you know, so not super far away on like the other side of town. I get a text update with a video. I guess they do a walk around showing that, you know, any recommendations that they need or something they notice is wrong, whatever. And then I hear them say, yeah, we weren't able to do the update. I'm like, then what were you guys doing for 3 hours? I'm gonna sleep, and then we are going on an adventure far, far away to try to find some mangrove wood. We are heading northwest. So, like this way. Let me make a boat. So I walk in, and they're like, yeah, our system went down. We couldn't get, like, the patch for the update from, you know, I don't want to say what car I have because I don't want to reveal. Like, it's a premium car, okay? I don't want to put myself out there like that. We weren't able to get ourselves from the manufacturer, the update from the manufacturer. Okay, man, what were you guys doing? And I'm like, so I got to come back another day when I had booked this like 2 weeks ago. Like, yeah, it went down around 12. I'm like, and nobody tried to tell me that at 12? Like, what? you know, so like that's frustrating in itself. And I'm like, I came all this way, so I'm like, great, I just gotta come back another day. I'm like, I'm definitely not coming back here. And this dealership is shared, the service facility is shared with another dealership. So 2 different brands share like this one service facility. So I was on like my side, right? And I'm just like, you know, like I got to see my friend. I got to have some good food, you know. My dad came, so I was like, you know, spent the day with my dad. They're about to go on a trip out of town for his birthday. So I'm like, I'm not going to see him for a couple days. I'm like, this is, you know, take the highs, you know, where they are and forget about the lows, you know. Like this is, you know, still a good day, right? Whatever. It sucks. I was frustrated because I've been trying to get this done for, how long ago was June? 7 months? 6 months? 6 months, about 6 months pretty much. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. They're like, okay, do you want us to run your car through the wash? I was like, absolutely not. No. I was like, you know, I take pride in washing the car myself, and I don't want their crappy car wash scratching the paint, because that does happen. I digress. No, so then I'm like, dude, what, like, sitting there in the lobby like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like looking around. I'm like, hey guys, like, you don't need to move it. You don't need to do anything. I see the car. It's a one-of-a-kind car. I see it sitting parked. Like, I'll just pull it out for you guys. You know, and they're like, we can't find the keys. I'm like, what? Yeah, it was parked and then hung up on their key wall, and it never got hung up. I'm like, you can't make this up, right? Drove an hour and a half. You guys already burned 3 hours of my day with doing nothing, right? No communication. That's where my issue was, right? I don't care if you couldn't do it or not. Stuff happens. It was out of your control. It's not that you guys didn't want to. You didn't try. Okay, I get it. Life happens. Okay, it's out of your control. I'm not going to be mad at you for that. But I'm mad at you for not communicating with me that you couldn't get it done. And then you guys lose the keys to my car? Are you serious? I was like, I don't believe this. I just kept walking in and out of the door. I'm like, and I have a app on my phone that lets me like unlock the car, do, you know, stuff and whatnot with it. So I'm like, I like open it on my app, and I'm like digging through the car now. I'm like, you don't just lose like you guys are a car dealership and you lose a customer's car. You know, like accidents happen. I get it, but like somebody fess up right now. And then it kept going on and going on. And then like the story changed to where the tech worked on it and then went home for lunch and he left it in his truck. And then no, he put it in his key bowl at his house. And he, you know, we can't send him back to go right now. And then he hopped into another car to service after, and the keys fell out in his pocket, and it's in that customer's car right now. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, by this time, it's like 3:30, okay? I still got an hour and a half drive home, and like I have stuff that I need to get done today because this was like my one day off, and I didn't plan on being gone the entire day, right? And I was like, great, like, where can I get a loaner? Like, I need to get home. We don't have any loaner cars to give you. I was like, you're kidding right now. What do you expect me to do? You know? And my moral of the story is yelling at them isn't going to find my keys, isn't going to make them magically appear, isn't going to get me a ride home. It doesn't solve anything. I've never been this angry before in my life. And I was like, if I find the person that has my keys or lost my keys, I am going to beat the absolute, you know, teeth out of them. You know, that's not going to solve anything, right? And I don't recommend violence. You know, I'm not a violent person, but like you get like that heated and stuff. Like I've been in fights before, you know, but you know, it's not going to solve anything. And I'm like calling my mom. I'm like, dude, you are not believing this. Like I'm stuck in the city right now. What am I going to do? My buddy I went to lunch with was texting me. He's like, bro, I can come get you. I'm like, I need these people that make stupid money, that I spent stupid money on this car, to come through and fix something for me right now. You know? Like, I'm just being fair. I get you guys can do the update, fine, but how do you lose somebody's keys? It makes absolutely no sense, you know? I'm like, no way, dude. No way. So, what time is it? Okay, I got about, 5-6 more minutes. So, they're like, I'm like, dude, where's this like service manager at? Like, right? Like, I just like, can somebody please with like a little bit of authority come through? Oh, I wish I had some bones, dude. I want a dog. No way. It's all right. I've been meaning to switch the difficulty as well. Once we start, you know, seeing some mobs, we can get some bones. We'll come back and get a dog. I don't know which one of the dog variants I want right now, so that's okay as well. We're just out for a jog. And this dude didn't even like. I saw him in the parking lot. Like, I'm in the back lot where the cars are locked up, digging through my car, and like a couple of the employees are like, "Hey, like you can't be doing this." I'm like, "This is my car, and I want to find like you guys lost my keys." I was like, "Let me be," you know. And I didn't yell, didn't you know do anything. Wasn't aggressive or mean or anything like that. You know, I'm like, "No, this is like my car, and I can unlock it through my phone." Obviously, because you guys lost the keys, and how else would anyone else other than me, the owner, be able to get into this car, you know? And then, like, this guy that ended up being the manager comes through. Like, I see him. I thought he was just some, like, he's just this raggedy old man. I don't mean this in a bad way. Look, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge this guy for his looks. Just didn't present himself in the way, like, the manager does. And I'm, like, looking through the offices, because it's a dealership. You know, if you've never been in a car dealership, they have like little offices and cubicles and stuff, and especially because like this is like a premium car brand. The showroom is nice, the offices are nice, you know. So I'm like peeking through. I'm like, which one of you guys is the manager that needs to come out and talk to me? And it was the raggedy old man in like a polo and like torn pants. And the guy that was like the service advisor that like set up the appointment, that was pretty much working with me. Keep in mind, this facility is shared by another car brand. I will get to that. That's why it's important. Talking to the old man, and he's like, well, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. I'm like, well, we'll cut you a key and get that in. But we don't have a key to order. Like, we have to order a key, so we don't have a key for you right now. I'm like, that doesn't solve me getting home. And I'm like, I got house keys on here. I got work keys on here. You know, I'm like, forget, like, the key can get replaced. I get it. I also had a custom key, not a custom key case, a custom key from Japan. I'm like, who's reimbursing me this for me? It was a gift. You know, it was a beautiful gift. And I'm like, this key is one of a kind. How do you lose it? It matches the car, you know. Just absolutely crazy. Okay, this is where I get to the other brand, right? The entire time, like, so the service manager, he was a piece of junk. He was absolute trash and did nothing to remedy the situation. The service manager later comes through and is like, hey, like, I'll just take so he lied. He was like, I do have a loaner car. It's for a customer for tomorrow. I'll tell them they can't have it. I'm like, man, I feel like you should have been doing that an hour ago, because now it's 4 o'clock. Like, the day is getting burned more and more. I'm still just wandering around the dealership. No ride. No way to get home right now, you know? Let me just make sure I'm going the right way. Yeah, we're still doing pretty good. And so then he's like, sets me up the loaner, takes all the information and junk, says, I'm not going to charge you for it. And I'm like, buddy, that's the least you're going to do right now, is not charge me for this car that I don't want, right? Okay, get in the loaner car. I'm like, fine, we'll call you. This is the service manager. Well, I mean, if there's anything we can do to make it right, we'll give you a call. And I'm like, no, I need my keys. I need my keys to get into my house, into work tomorrow. Right? What are you guys doing about that? Well, we'll pay for the cost to cut the keys. I'm like, it's like $7, okay, at the hardware store. I need the key. I can't get another key right now. Like, how am I supposed to get into my house? Nobody's home. I should get a spare key. That's besides the point. I can get, you know, and I can get somebody, like, from corporate to get a copy of the key. But it still doesn't solve the issue for right now. And I understand, like, yes, getting angry, yelling at them wasn't going to magically make it appear, right? We hop in the loaner. We drive about 20 minutes outside of town. We're like on the freeway. I'm talking to my mom about how frustrated I am and like how it's just not okay what they did, right? I didn't feel like they did anything to make it better. I understand they could. They did give me the loaner car, but they said that first they could not give it to me because they had none. Not true, right? And then that somehow, some way, they have a employee that is irresponsible that lost a car, right? And I'm like leaving this car overnight in a place that I'm not familiar with. And how am I supposed to know where the keys are? Somebody could find them on the sidewalk and steal the car. I know I'm being dramatic, but you just like, these are the thoughts that I have, because this is, again, if something happens to it, it comes out of my bill. You know, it's my pocket. So whatever. We get outside of town, about 20 minutes onto the freeway. I get a call from them. I'm like, they better make my day right now. Or like, I'm fuming. And my dad's like, dude, like, if you handled yourself so well, like, I'm proud of you, you know? And I'm like, you know, Dad, I appreciate it. But I was like, if you weren't here, I probably would have broken a car window, tried to steal it, and, you know, busted somebody's teeth. I was never been this angry before in my life. I feel like this looks pretty cool. I'll take a... I like the nebula. This looks dope. All right. Okay. They call and they're like, hey, we found the keys. I'm like, I'm on my way. Hung up. Zoom over there, right? It's like 4:30 at this point. And I walk in and I'm like, no holding grudges. I don't care who had them. I don't care where they were. I'm just glad you found them and I can get on my way. And they're like, hey, we were able to start the software update. It's got about 10 minutes left. I'm like, okay. Balance is restored. Peace is restored. You know, all is good with the Force. You know, like, we are, like, you guys are doing okay now. You know, like, this is, it's turned around. Okay. And then I go to the, like, use the restroom, come back, and my dad's like pointing his, like gesturing, come here with his finger. You know, you should like the kind of look that you do like when you're in trouble and they're like not talking to you. Like, look over my dad and he's like gesturing with his finger, like, come here. I'm like, what do you want, old man? Pops. You know, I'm kidding. But I'm like, what? Like, what? Why do I have to come over here right now? I'm like, I'm chilling right now. He's like, he's like pointing, like, get over here, you know, pointing. And I'm like, what? He's like, go talk to the guy at the end of the desk. I'm like, no, I don't want to. You can't make me. You know, I was like, I just want to wait for the car. I want to go sit outside, enjoy the fresh air. It's a nice day out right now. And then I want to hit the road. I go talk to him. I'm like standing in front of his desk. He's not looking up at me. I'm like, hey man, what's up? Looks up, man. He looks up at me. And he's like, stands up, gets up from behind the desk, comes over, shakes my hand. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, this is the guy that works at the other dealership. No affiliation with this other one. The reason I know that is because a customer came in and he was helping a customer with the same car brand that I have about some issue with the key. And he's like, I don't know, but this is the way my car brand works, the car dealership he works for. Maybe they can do something like that, something similar. And we could, you know, figure it out. Let me get one of the guys that works at this car dealership. I mean, they all work, it's like the same dealership, but that brand, you know. I'm like, okay, like I overheard that way earlier in the day. They were in this dude's pocket. He doesn't even work for this. Well, he had no contact with this car brand. He had no purpose dealing with my car because it's not his. He doesn't work under this brand. Yes, they share the same facility. I'm like, I'm glad you found them. Thank you so much for finding them. And I appreciate you, you know, being honest with me that they were in your pocket. Could have gone to like corporate, wrote them the fattest complaint. These employees are irresponsible. They lost my car, you know, all this stuff, but it's not going to solve anything. And it was an honest mistake, right? I could be mad. I could be more mad. I think I still have another 400 blocks to go, so we are going to see. But yeah, we're just out traveling. And I was like, you know, I appreciate you guys getting my software update. That way my trip was actually worth it. I appreciate you guys for getting me the loaner car so I could at least get home. Yes, it didn't remedy the situation of my lost keys and the custom key from Japan that I had for my car. I'm like, it's one of a kind. Seriously, dude, how do you lose this? It matches the car. And then he was like, they were in my pocket. I was like, I felt something in my pocket and I was too scared to reach in and see what it was because I knew it was, you know, I wasn't gonna like what was in there. And I was like, no, I appreciate you fessing up to it. And the service advisor I was working with him, like, you know, we just appreciate you being so cool. I'm like, I'm glad you could tell I was cool. I was not happy. I said, please. I said, thank you. I gave them all the stuff they needed. They gave me nothing I needed, you know. But I was like, you know, like being courteous. You know, you may not want to be polite, you may not have to be kind to get your point across, right? Sometimes you got to say ugly things to make your, not get your way, but get your point. They couldn't understand. I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like, yes, you guys are giving me a car to get home, and I'm not trapped. They knew I drove over an hour to get here, right? And I wasn't from around here. It doesn't get me into my house. I don't have a way to get a key into my house tonight, and I don't have a way to get into work tomorrow and get a key. They're like, there's nothing we can do about that. And I get that. But I'm like, you guys don't understand. Losing somebody's car is not something that just flies. But in the end, all was good. I made it home safe. I had a great day seeing my friend. I had a great day with my dad. I felt bad that I burned his whole day, you know, because he's got to pack. He's got stuff to do, you know. We were gone pretty much the entire day, and he leaves tomorrow morning, you know. But again, just moral of the story is, like, you might have those ugly thoughts, those ugly things you want to say, those ugly emotions, and it's totally okay to have those, to feel it. It's 100% valid. You know, I should get some of these trees. But the thing I kept coming back to is, like, it's not going to make anything better. It's not going to make my day better. It's not going to make their day better. And it's not going to get me what I want in the end. I want my car, you know. It's not going to make it magically appear. You know, it's anything. It's going to make things worse. And, you know, I'll get arrested or something, you know, or whatever. So seriously, the moral of the story is I encourage you just to take that breath. I want to say this, I want to do this. It's not going to make anything better, even though you think it is. Yeah, beating the heck out of somebody would have made me feel a lot better in the moment. It's immature. It's not going to solve any problems, you know. And realizing that was just how I kind of kept my cool throughout the day. I didn't slam things. I didn't break anything. I didn't yell at anybody. I didn't tell them that they're a horrible person. You know, they should be fired. They shouldn't have a job. I didn't go over to the corporate and write them the most disgusting letter ever, how this person shouldn't, you know, be employed. This dealership shouldn't be, you know, open. Nothing like that. However, the service advisor, like, I was like, hey, man, can I just get, like, one of your business cards? That way, like, I can get a hold of you if I don't hear anything. Well, I don't have any business cards. And like I said, this is a old, frail man. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, can I give me a sticky note with your name and number on it? Like, I'm not asking for, you know, the lottery tickets right now. I'm not asking for anything. Okay, well, hey, there's some right here. I'm like, come on, man, quit playing games. I'm like, they're like, they sent a video explaining what happened. Like, I guess that's what they do when you take your car in for service. They give, like, a walk around, quick diagnostic and any issues with it. The guy said his name started with a C. I could not make it out. It sounded like him. I thought it was like Cameron, Cody, Brody, Shamoy. I don't care what is going on. I couldn't make it out. I'm like, hey, who was the tech that worked on my car? You know. He went home. Great, dude. Are you serious right now? And they're like, yeah, looking through the footage, like, yeah, he dropped the car off, but we didn't see the keys end up. And I'm like, how did the guy at the other dealership end up with my keys? I don't know. In his pocket. Right? Again, he told the truth, right? The truth will set you free, okay? You know. In the end, it was okay. I got my car back. I got done when I came there to get done, you know. So I'm sorry for the rant. This is a lesson for me to learn as well, so I don't get that angry again. You know, I've never felt anger like that before. And, you know, you can argue, oh, I would have been more angry, or, you know, you were absolutely in the right to feel that way, or you were absolutely wrong to feel in that way. I think I was in the wrong. Okay, I'm just being honest. I don't like the way I felt. I don't like the thoughts I had. You know, and I was powerless. I couldn't do anything to make the situation better. I was, like, stranded. You know, stranded in terms of, like, there's nothing I can do to make anything happen right now. You know. But in the end, we made it safe. I had a great day with my dad. I had a great day with my buddy. And that's the takeaways from today. And this lesson that I learned. So I just wanted to pass that along to you. I gotta run. But, yeah, no, thank you just for sitting here with me. Yeah, I feel much better, you know. So if there's any takeaways from this video, you know, I hope there is one for you. But thank you so much for being here, for watching. This was episode 4. Technically, of the Forever World, if we're calling it that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go find some mangrove and chill a little bit later. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day.